Alright, everybody, welcome back to the Great Jimbabwe plays Slay the Spire. The one last ride playthrough. We're marching right along. Got a win last time playing the Silent up to Ascension 3. I'm in the mood, let's go to the defect. Let's play the defect. See if we can keep this streak going. Yeah. Let's see. Remove a card. Potions. Lose 7 max HP for a rare relic or boss swap. I'll lose the max HP. We get the unceasing top. We have no cards. Draw cards. There's ways to make that work on the defect. We are going up against the slime boss and his tiny hat. A lot of question marks here. A double question mark maybe. A couple of combats and an elite. I'm liking the left path. That doesn't look too bad. Doubling down today. Second recording of the day. Oh, we get to knock out one of the louse enemies right out of the gate. That's always good. Yeah, feeling confident. Let's see if Slay the Spire can knock me down a few pegs. Let's see. Ascension 2. Normal enemies deadlier. Definitely a step up in difficulty. I mean, with unceasing top, can you say no? Can you say no to the claw? No. We gotta do. You gotta try. You gotta try. I'll take 2 damage to do 16. Seems like a fair trade. Let's see, claws free. And yeah, there we go. I feel like my muscle memory is back on these early fights. I definitely feel like I can do something there. Sunder. 24 damage if it knocks or kills an enemy. I said knocks an enemy. It's kind of very Apex Legends of me. Let's take Sunder. I think we could, get the engine going a bit. The wing statue is back. Sunder allows us to destroy it and get some gold. That makes this shop playable. I'll at least look at the event. The Golden Idol. You come across an inconspicuous pedestal. This is the money-making idol. I'll take it. More max HP or damage. I'll take the damage. All right. Let's not take another permanent debuff. Shop, campfire, elite, campfire. Seems like a reasonable choice to me. Would have loved to have had the white beast statue, however. Claw. Defrag is so good. Defrag is good to the point that I almost just snap take it every time I see it. We have a lot of damage. I'm going to take bandage up. That may bother some folks, but it is 0 cost. So we can get the draw engine going. Let's make Sunder more likely to kill stuff. Yeah. Pretty good day today. Busy day at work. Got a lot done. Feel like I was productive. Let's see. 14 damage. I'll Sunder. We'll give him 2 strength to gain 4 health. That's worth it, I think, because we have a chance to get him here. We will get him here. Hope everybody else is doing okay. I know. Wow, another claw. I'm not sure. Are we getting the benefit of just not having all of the defect cards unlocked yet and just drawing a lot of claws? It's kind of interesting. I actually think making more 0-cost cards goes pretty hard for us. We can find a shop, too, to get the healing from meal ticket. Yeah, school back in session, and seeing some college apps flying around. Definitely seeing the traffic pick up around here. I happen to live near a university and several high schools. So for all those who are back in, study hard. Keep your head down in the books. It is worth it. Let's hit another. Oh, we get 75 gold for some damage. I know we went a little hard on the damage this floor, but we can rest. The molten egg, very good. Too many events so far, but I'm going to hit it anyway. Yeah, I mean, the shop is good there. Clockwork souvenir. Start each combat with artifact. Yeah. I think I'm happy to have that. A lot of ways for artifact to work with the defect. I spent more time in school than I probably would have if left to my own devices. Got an undergrad degree, and I don't think I would have gone back for my master's without being pushed by my wife, who also went back for hers. Wow, we got really lucky on the events this floor. Yeah, we'll take Anchor. She went back for hers, you know, I was kind of, at the time we had no kids, and I was kind of just sitting there doing nothing, and I was like, well, you know what, I'm going to prove that I can do it too. And I did it. And I'll tell you, I'll tell you that I did a great job and never complained. And then my wife will tell you the truth. I complained the entire time, and I seriously, I think without her pushing me, I would have quit. But good for her. She makes me, she brings out the good stuff. So love you, wifey. I hope you listen to unlucky episode 13. Lucky for you, though. Got the claws whipping around pretty quick. That's good. 95. Sunder does it. Not the best split, but we have the claws already kind of rolling here. And I think we try to split the green slime as low as we can. See the artifact paying off. With no damage incoming, we'll exhaust some slimes. Wanted to get the Unceasing Top to pop there, but we did not get another zero-cost card. Not the worst. We can get our energy refund with Sunder. No luck on the Unceasing Top, but it is a kind of a hidden benefit to draw a card that you don't want to play. Yeah, you avoid it the next time. Wow. That might have been a record time for us on the first floor. I guess a lot of events. I mean, these are all pretty good. I can't say no to Echo Form. It's just so strong. We get the Nuclear Battery. You start with Plasma. The Runic Pyramid, no longer discard. Or some energy. The energy... I feel like in the one last ride playthrough, I have taken Philosopher's Stone way more than I've ever taken it before. But so far, seems like it's working out okay. What are we missing? Let's think about that before we rush through the second act. Some block. We need a more consistent block. A glacier might hit the spot. A lot of ways we can do that. We have the focus potion. Echo Form also helps with that a little bit. We do have the anchor, so that gets us a turn to play Echo Form if we want, and I will play Echo Form. 64 damage for one attack. Hard to argue with that. 13 coming in. I think you put up a little block. We would not have KO'd him. So I did do the calculation. I should do a better job kind of stating my thought process when I make some of these faster decisions. So I'll try to verbalize that for you guys. Let's see. The last time we took claws, I specifically said taking too many is a trap. However, when you have the unceasing top, it's a little bit of a different story. You know, it doesn't necessarily hurt you. Okay, let's see. The vampires. We've seen this one before. We traded in our strikes to receive bites. 4 strikes in exchange for 5 bites. We lose 21 max HP. I'm not going to take this again. I know it seems like I'm wimping out, but the problem is we just don't have block, and losing max HP can get a little dangerous. Now, this is a new one for us, the Augmenter. A man with an eye patch and a devilish grin strides up to you. Hey, stranger. Interested in advancing science? Oh, he's an academic. I can make you stronger than any training or blessing. You're going to need it if you're one of those heroes with a death wish. What do you say? Jaxed. 0 cost, gain strength at the cost of HP. Test subject, transform 2 cards, or get a special relic, the mutagenic strength. Gain 3 strength for the first turn of each combat. Very good event. Transform and mutagens both seem good for us. With so many strikes in the deck, and we're not really working towards that, I think we roll the dice on a transform here. Not going to do it with the block or the defense. What did we get? Ball lightning, better. That's just full stop better than a strike. And then seek is obviously, well, we know how I feel about seek. Much rather have that than a strike. Superb. The man injects you with 3 unknown substances and pulls out a notepad. You begin to feel lightheaded, and he starts to frantically write down notes. Losing track of time completely, by the time you regain your senses, the shady character has disappeared. I mean, he looks like a scientist, right? I mean, I feel like my time in engineering school and some of these science classes along the way, everyone looked like that and wore an eye patch. Shady-looking hood. Yeah. Totally legit. We've got the muggers, the looters. Oh, okay, so I know I said this last time, but yeah, one of them is called the looter. So it's a looter and the mugger. They're 2 different things. I knew I wasn't going crazy on that. 15. I'll hit with Sunder and take some damage, I think. I think long-term, taking this guy out of the mix is probably better for us. How many of us have hit end turn when we have the unceasing top? I thought about it, and I'm not going to lie to you. Alright, we do lose Echo Form here. We probably want to upgrade Echo Form in this particular deck. This exact situation. If you draw it with unceasing top, you're kind of screwed. But hey, we get through it. Get our gold back, and let's see what we get. Turbo energy, but a void. When you draw the void, you lose energy. Some straight-up card draw. Not really hurting for draw. Defrag. Now that we have ball lightning, we do have a couple ways to get lightning into the mix. I'll take 1 defrag. 171 or a campfire. 171 at the shop, I should say. Let's keep marching. I'm not going to hit the shop right now. Good turn 1. So, at the beginning of the series, I kind of talked about, the whole goal of this is really just to practice, right? I want to get better at using the YouTube technology and kind of understand how it works. A little bit of light video editing can't hurt either. I'll play Echo Form. So you got a little practice with that. And I think it's going pretty well. 28. That's too much. We will get to draw another. We don't have any cards in the draw pile, so seek. We could play it and then draw again. Does anything get us out of this, though? Well, not really. I guess we could get 2 strikes. I'll try it. Not quite. So close. You know what? Just kidding. That was I'm proud of that one. That was a good play. Yeah, going pretty well. I've learned a lot. Learned a lot about the individual technologies I'm using here. You know, I have the microphone going. I've got some recording software, some editing software. I think chill is unquestionably good for us here. Some of the things I would mention that I will use as takeaways so far. I'm going to keep Echo Form in the mix. Maybe this is user error, but I have found when I need to go back and edit something in the video, I'm using a software called DaVinci, and it's free to use, at least for the basic stuff. I don't know why, but if I go in there and edit, even if I do it in 4K, for some reason, the file size is much smaller, and I really have no explanation for that. I checked, the quality sees the same, audio, visual, video, still 4K, like I said. I'm kind of baffled. I'm not sure why that is. So one of my lessons so far is to try not to require an edit if you don't absolutely need it. That's probably not the best way to do things. I think if you need an edit, you need an edit, and I'm probably just gotta find a more efficient way to do that. But yeah, interacting with YouTube, I've found to be very easy. I think it's a well-designed platform. I think there's a very low barrier to entry to get started, which is great. That's a good thing. A little bit of, all right, we're still short on block here. The Frost Orb doing a little something. 7 times 4. Yeah, we're gonna have to adjust a little bit. I'm thinking that this run could be in trouble. Eternal Feather definitely helps. Yeah, let's adjust and take more claws. I like that you can schedule video releases. That's pretty nice. The upload process is a little tricky. I'm still trying to figure out, if I'm uploading something, can I, close the laptop? Seems like no. Bag of prep, very good for us. Yeah, let's remove and get a little more consistent. I'll take out a strike. But overall, can't complain. They have a lot in there kind of built for you. We'll take a potion. And it's fun. I really, like I said at the beginning, I have no goals for the actual channel, but I'm feeling pretty good about achieving the goals I set for, educational purposes. For those of you thinking about trying it, I would recommend it. It's a good time. The #1 piece of advice so far, and I think I did this right, find a reason to do it that will be fun for you. I think, for me, playing an excuse to play Slay the Spire is nothing to complain about. I think this is a weak potion kind of situation. It does sound like I will be making some more technical videos for work in the near future, so. And there we go. I hit an end turn with the Seek, always smart. But you know what? We do get through the plant. Okay. I upgraded Leap. It's not an A+ card, but 12 block for 1. I don't think we can complain too much about that. 3 Frost Orbs. I will play Echo Form. Defrag. Okay. I'm probably going to look at playing some potions here. The name of the game is survive long enough for Claw to become overwhelmingly powerful. 10 times 3. Yikes. However, we have some plays here. Double play Zap. Can take out one of the minions. I mean, I'll keep playing Claw. Not going to complain about that. And we actually full block. And we actually also have a chance to draw more Claws next turn. So, all in all, that was not as bad as it could have been. I mean, we want to play Double Claw, I think. Get that improving. The more basic strikes we take out of this deck, the better we're going to be. Nice. Preserved Insect. Weaker elites. Might be done with elite fights on this floor. I think Hologram's pretty good. 205 gold. And we'll hit a campfire with the Eternal Feather and the meal ticket, by the way. Better rest. The boot. When you deal 4 or less damage, make it 5. Pretty bad. But funny graphic. I like the way the boot looks design-wise. I'll give it that. That's the most positive thing I can say about the boot. Let's remove. We don't want basic strikes. I'm feeling okay about the potions. I think we hang on to the 130. We're up to full health. Like I said, that Eternal Feather and the meal ticket gives us a chance to smith. Hologram staying in the mix is pretty good. Nothing to upgrade in terms of making it 0 cost. I think Hologram is good enough to keep around. Kind of ruins a potential infinite, I guess. But I don't know. We're not that close to an infinite here. I mean, we have Sunder in the deck, so kind of I don't think we're drawing to infinity with a 3-cost Sunder in the mix. Unfortunately. I want to play Echo Form this turn. I could have taken more claws there. I'm going to keep this Lightning Orb out, too. I will play the Dex Potions if we have a chance to block some real damage. And this looks like it might be that chance. I'll even play both of them. I'll tell you what. You can actually take one out. That's a pretty good turn. If we can conserve this Blessing of the Forge, that would be a win as well. Echo Form Double Claw, kind of doing some work. Bandage up, I mean, I know it looks like I got nothing out of it, but this is one of those situations where I think we would rather have something else. So let's just get it out of the mix. And I think Chill kind of fits that as well. We can keep drawing, though. So let's keep drawing. I will... Was there any claws? Yeah, oh yeah, there's claws. I'll even throw out Dual Cast for a chance at more claws. Don't get it. That's okay. Big debuff incoming. That's Double Claw. Even more Claw. This run is probably not a winner at high Ascensions, but we're squeaking by so far. And again, record time. I'm glancing over at it. You know, I don't go into these videos thinking play him faster or slower. At least not yet. You know, if we were doing some type of time speedrun challenge, I would maybe consider that. But you know, maybe I'm just becoming more efficient at the game. Oh, man. I mean, come on. You gotta take All For... We haven't seen it yet. I will read it. All For One. Pre-upgraded. Deal 14 damage, but put all 0-cost cards from your discard pile into your hand. I mean, you can't not take that. This is Cracked Core. This is the Frozen Core. Replace your empty orb slots with Frost at the end of every turn. But we will not have Cracked Core anymore, so no free Lightning Orb. We do not want to randomize the cost of our claws. That is, that's a non-starter. So Snecko Eye is out for this particular run. The Inserter. We have not taken this yet. This is every 2 turns gain an orb slot. None of these fit perfectly with what we're doing. I think block has been an issue for us, and 1 lightning orb is not really moving the needle a whole lot. Let's get more frost going around. We get the powers. We get the awakened one again. I think that's okay. We don't play a lot of powers. Echo Form being the only one. Defrag is the kind of power that can wait for sure. I do want to try to get to a shop. I think 4 fights in a row, and actually 5 if you include these guys. I kind of think these question marks don't look too bad, and we can get up to this campfire. No guaranteed shops on that path, but how many question marks do we have there? 6, I think? We could go up this way if we wanted to. This looks about right. Okay. Witness the power of all for one. Let's start smacking people. So we take some damage off the table. We are unable to play Ball Lightning, but we did end, we put 1 Darkling on hold. Take a little damage here. Oh, got a text incoming. Let's just make sure this is not, trouble in Babytown. Let's see. Nope, I think we're good. Just some concerned fantasy football players, members of my league. I put out I used Copilot to write a projected finish for our league based on the draft results, and some pretty funny stuff. I don't know why it took it on itself to kind of talk some trash. I'm not sure what that says about my prompting. Could have played both those defense. Should have probably played them. Distracted by football text. That's okay. What do you have in here? I'm gonna take Echo Form here. I will claw both of them. Yeah, 40 damage. What the heck? But. Oh, that's a lot of claw. That's more than 40 damage worth of claw. Seam Barrier might work here. Here's one for you guys. I learned this recently. This is I was so shocked when I learned this. So, I have some family from the Long Island, New York area. And I don't know how much you guys know about, historic space programs, but apparently the lunar landing module for the original Apollo mission, so Neil Armstrong's mission, was built somewhere around there. I don't think it was actually in Long Island. Don't quote me on that. I'm actually not sure. But it was close enough that I had a great uncle who was, kind of a character. He worked a bunch of odd jobs. I believe he was actually drafted to Vietnam back in the day. But yeah, he came back, worked some odd jobs, and one of those odd jobs was security desk guy at the lunar lander module construction site. Don't know how he ended up there. I don't think he was still in the service or anything like that, but I'm not 100% sure. I guess at one point though, the crew of Apollo 11 visited that site, and he got to meet the entire crew of Apollo 11. And how did I find this out? Well, I happened to be talking with my grandfather the other day, and my mom. I guess they had found an old folder where my uncle had kept all the pictures of the equipment, it was the finished product, the actual lander that was going to go up. Oh, thanks, Swift Strike. So he had pictures of all this stuff. He had pictures of the crew, their kind of official NASA headshots. But they were all signed by the crew. He has the entire crew's autograph, each on their own pictures. And we just had them in a folder, and they said, "Do you want them?" And I said, "Hell yeah! Don't throw these away." So they actually say, to Jimbabwe's uncle, best wishes and thanks for everything, from Neil Armstrong and the rest of the crew. It was very cool. I'll tell you a little more about that after you read about the designer in Spire. You love to see an entrepreneurial designer this high up the Spire. This will not do. No. What is the style? Disgusting. Are you bleeding? Gross. Business? You a customer? Fine. Whatever. He lets out an exaggerated sigh and points at a list of services. The services seem fine, but you'd rather punch this smug man in the face. We lose HP on the punch. That seems unfair. Now we can upgrade 2 random cards, remove a card, or remove a card and upgrade a random card for 90 gold. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Sunder has served its purpose. At this point, I think it's kind of in the way. I'm kind of almost in that boat on Echo form, believe it or not, but I'll take out Sunder and then upgrade something. Defrag is fine. Well, yeah, isn't that incredible, though? You talk to some of your... I'll say elders. They're not really the elders. It's a weird thing to say. But you talk to some of your relatives. You learn some stuff that you would have thought impossible. I will take all for one, please. I was absolutely blown away that nobody over all these years of, Christmases up there or, people coming down to visit and, that kind of stuff. Nobody thought it was worth mentioning that I had an uncle who met the first man on the moon. That's wild. Pretty cool, though. Might have to take those to the frame guy. Let's see. We have 1 attack. I do not want to curse. Curse is absolutely horrendous here. I think we gotta play Echo Form. I will bandage up. Hit this guy. 25. Do I try a colorless potion? Yeah. I'll take Dark Shackles, not well, pretty good. Never mind. God, I hate the Writhing Mass. If the Writhing Mass does not come back and Slay the Spire 2, is anyone going to be disappointed? I mean, this is, this guy stinks. $58? What? And we're vulnerable. When did that happen? Yeah, how did we get vulnerable? Does he have an attack that makes you vulnerable? Oh, not a curse. 58 is too much. 19, I think, is acceptable. You hate to leave all the claws on the field like this, but I'm going to do it. Defrag, okay. No curses. 25, not great. I could all for one and get this Swift Strike back. 15 by 3 is pretty bad. 19 is, I think, acceptable. Yeah, 19 is now definitely acceptable. I mentioned I have a frame guy. Kind of a weird relationship. So as a kid, I collected a ton of Pokemon cards. And I had... I wasn't really going for by set. I'm more interested in, there's 151 Pokemon, like, let's get all their, their cards. So I did it. I had to get a couple as an adult that I was missing, but for the most part, I had them all from childhood. And a few unopened packs in the mix, actually. So I have, like, some of the old, like, jungle base set, like, I have some packs included here, but I decided that it would be cool if I take those original 151 plus a few of the kind of miscellaneous cards that I've gotten over the years that are kind of neat. What if I took them and got them framed? So I found a local, like, framing and art guy. He's literally just like a one-man shop, I think. Maybe like a little bit of extra help here and there. But he did a phenomenal job. I mean, I'll have to... Maybe one day we'll do a little video where we show it, but, you know, it's a huge frame. There's probably like 175, 180 cards in there, including the packs. But, yeah, it's just this gigantic frame hanging over my side table in my little gaming recording area. And, I thought it was kind of a neat way to memorialize, you know, a fun hobby. I would not pretend to be an expert on what cards are the rarest or anything like that. But I would say the most important thing to me was to get the cards that I thought were cool. And I think there's a couple of unusual ones back there. What unusual ones, Jimbabwe? Well, I'm glad you asked. I think one, I don't know the full backstory on it. My understanding is the only way to get it was to kind of host a Pokemon card event back when the cards were first kind of becoming popular. It's a... I think it's a Clefable. I can't remember if it says... It might say pre-release on it or something like that. It has like a pre-release stamp. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to full block here. Probably should have played defend. But yeah, that one's in there. That one's pretty cool. So my wife, for some of like my major life events that have occurred since I've known her, she custom made me a couple cards, like using some Pokemon card kind of aftermarket vendors. Those are in there. I think they're cool. Obviously the packs are neat. I have a couple other pre-release in there. It's actually hanging behind me. Let's take a quick peek. I think I got most of the pre-release back there. I got a Dark Arbok with a Wizards of the Coast stamp. I don't really know what that one's about. Let's see. How many packs? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 packs. A couple of first edition Gym... What is that? Gym Challenger? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Always fun. My brother and I... We're big on Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards growing up, as I'm sure many others in our age group were. Let's go this way. One thing that bothers me, I don't understand, I get there's like a little bit of a business with the cards and stuff like that. I can play all 3 of these and Steamberry draw something. I'm not going to play... yeah, I'm not going to play that. But some of my local stores, like, it's bad to the point with people rushing the Pokemon card releases that they actually pulled them off the shelves. Like, I'm thinking like my local Target, like, you go over to the little trading card section and there's nothing over there for Pokemon because people are being so ridiculous about it. Yeah, to me, that just... yeah, why did I do that? That was a bad play. That defeats the whole purpose, right? I mean, it's supposed to be something for all of us to kind of enjoy. And, you know, if there's a business side for you, that's great. I have no problem with that. But I think the number one thing that bothers me about that, though, is when I was a kid, I mean, when we were... I'm going to use the word dragged. I mean, Target's not so bad, but my brother and I used to get dragged shopping every once in a while. You know, too young to stay home, but mom needs to shop for some stuff. But we used to, you know, she would let us go over there and, you know, look at the Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and, you know, that made that trip more fun for us. And I feel like, you know, maybe there's some kids out there, for that kid who's out there being dragged through stores and shopping for clothes and doesn't want to be there, and that kid doesn't get to window shop Pokemon cards, and that makes me a little sad. More claws. I guess maybe that's why this run is so quick. When Claw shows up this frequently, the run plays itself. I think double seek is good. Block, also kind of good. I'll double seek. One of my dreams, and I think this is an achievable dream. Play Echo Form turn 1. I would love to own, you know, maybe not even by myself, but if I could maybe buy a stake of a local comic book shop. I think like, you know, a little, you know, not a chain kind of thing. Can only be found in like this town or something like that. I like hitting local comic book shops when I go other places, especially in the States. And there is a local shop near me that, you know, maybe one day I'll try to open that conversation with them. I wonder if those kind of places are amenable to that sort of thing. Oh, we can double play it? Did it not work? I don't know what just happened there. Did Echo Form not pop on the claw because it didn't hit twice? Well, I'm not complaining. I mean, we can... This is a big all for one. Yeah, that's the dream right there. Somebody screenshot the claws. This is pretty close. This is peak Slay the Spire. Oh, so satisfying. Juzu bracelet. No more enemies in question marks. We are heading towards some event spaces. Boot sequence. 13 block. Actually, kind of makes Echo Form better. So I'm not gonna turn that one down. Boot sequence. Echo Form. Swift strike. Zap. Dual cast. Hologram. Or Swift strike. Now I'm looking, is Swift Strike actually not that bad? I guess it was pre-upgraded for us, like 10 damage for 0. Maybe I'm getting a little biased because Unceasing Top is making it seem better than it is. I don't think I've ever bought Swift Strike from like a shop. I mean, maybe if it shows up through some other means of getting colorless cards, you know, that's one thing. But I'm kind of liking it. Alright, ideally, we don't want all for one here. I'll try it. We don't need to play Steam Barrier. I'm not going to play it because all for one's going to go crazy. We also don't want to reshuffle the discard pile. So draw 5, as long as one of them's all for one. We do get it. We do not have any damage right now. You know what the problem is? We can't use claws against this guy. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, so you defrag, you zap. You probably dual cast. We have some block. This, you can use it a little bit. So we hit once, twice. 3 times a lady. Okay, that worked out. Yeah, more Seek. Definitely good for us. These will not be enemies, so increases our odds of a shop. Let's try it. And apparently that was the right choice. Master of Strategy. Can remove debuffs. We don't really do much of that. Anything we want to cut? Nah, I like it. The deck is where it needs to be, I think. Can negate some curses. I mean, there's no reason not to spend our cash here. Beam Cell. Kind of interesting. Trip is kind of interesting. I'll take Omamori. We have a potion slot. I mean, we might as well take a strength potion. Kind of a spending spree there. Yeah, I will lose 9 gold for a relic, no matter how... I mean, honestly, I think turn 1 there are attacks coming here, so... We found the one way to get into combat here. We're going to a campfire with the Eternal Feather. Yeah, I mean, I'll fight these guys. Sure. We get some starting block. They're also weakened. We can play Boot Sequence. We can play Beam Cell. We can play Claw, Zap, Steam Barrier, Echo Form, Seek. I mean, I'll take more Claw. Defrag is fine. Yeah. Good start, good start. Is Pokemon, like, the most popular trading card game? Or is Magic, I mean, it kind of goes to show how little I know about the other options for, TCGs. I feel like Magic may be, may have more of a foothold than I'm giving it credit for. I know Pokemon is, like, unbelievably profitable. That went fine. Stone Calendar. Yeah, it is a rare relic, I guess. Not sure it's that great. I actually kind of feel like the upgrade, the Blessing of the Forge potion, hitting defense is not so bad. I think I might rather have that than the block potion. Yeah, I'll take another beam cell, sure. Not a lot left to upgrade here. Keeping Steam Barrier relevant is probably good enough. My college roommate back in undergrad when I was away for university, he was big into Magic, which is interesting. Like the one game I didn't get into, weirdly enough. I think Echo Form is good enough to play, even if it gives him some strength. Yeah, he used to go to like tournaments and stuff. I feel like he might have actually been kind of good. By no means am I a competitive Pokemon card or Yu-Gi-Oh player. The most I would have ever done was get my ass kicked by my brother over and over again. He's a little better at that kind of stuff than me. Although I've come around on chess. He used to beat me a lot in chess, and now I think I might be a little better than him. I'm calling you out, bro. Come at me. See ya. Make this guy full. Take one down. A little more block doesn't hurt. Alright, defrag. Not the end of the world. Get some extra block from the orbs. By no means a guarantee here. Oh, this is to all enemies. Okay, well that's great. I think we see Claw. But the one thing... I should have played Chill first, probably, but... Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, we have a Frozen Core. Oh, yeah. And there's the big, all for one. Why is it all for one? What the heck does that have to do with the defect? That's Three Musketeers, right? Like, I mean, I know I said I wasn't a reader, but, I'm pretty sure that's Three Musketeers. Is it just supposed to be small cost cards unite? Is that the point? Is that the joke there? Okay. We've taken him out of phase 1. I think we do want to seek here. Here's the plan. We want to seek a power, and then we want to seek something that costs anything. All for one is like the only exception. I'll take a basic defend. Defrag. And we don't need to play these defends. I will upgrade them, though. Yeah. Squeeze a little more value out of that rock. 42. But I think this does appear to be going to plan for the most part. Yeah, we want to draw all of the claws. All for one is also... Hey! Who said claw is bad? Who said that? You tell me who told you the claw build is not good, and I'll show them some random guy crushing it on Ascension 2 with, 8 claws. That may have been our fastest win yet. Is the speed challenge 30 minutes? 48 is pretty good. Unlock Ascension 3. The win streak continues. We get an unlock. We are just spoiled with riches here. Hyper Beam. Recycle. Oh, but Core Surge. I think Recycle is in the very good tier. Hyper Beam is in the mid tier for me. Core Surge is an S tier card. Gaining Artifact. I don't think... Is there any other card besides, like, Panacea, which is a colorless card that gives you Artifact? It's a very rare effect. Let's proceed. All right, there we go. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate it. You know, it's... I thought I would have 0 views on these videos so far, but we got a few. And I hope there's someone out there who's enjoying it as much as I am enjoying Slay the Spire one more time. If you enjoyed it, though, go ahead and hit a like and subscribe. Check me out next time. But until then, catch you all later. See ya.